There was way too much tongue going on for me to feel comfortable with this.
Welcome back to Dastardly Hamster. Our WWE themes video has now become our most watched video, and we did this as sort of a one-off. We didn't have any idea of how well it was going to do, so we're doing another. This time, we're going to be doing the New Generation era, which is around 1993 to 1997. So even though this is our most popular video, we actually didn't make any money from it because by including the songs, which we want to do, we get the copyright. If you enjoy our content and you would like to see more, you can always send us a super thanks or you can buy us a coffee.
Which we would super, super appreciate, especially because I am currently pregnant and out of work. So we'd be super, super thankful.
Few caveats before we do start. We won't be doing any themes that were already songs. We're only doing themes that were made specifically for wrestlers. We are saving Undertaker for later because I don't want to just keep doing slight variations of his theme every single era. So we're going to wait a little bit more. Oh, I know that technically Steve Austin was part of this era, but this is not the era he's known for. He's known more for Attitude Era, so we're going to save him for them. Mankind, on the other hand, we are going to show his because he does have a specific Attitude Era theme song later on. I think that's it. Is there anything else? Mika, do you have anything you want to say?
Well, a big thank you to everybody who watched our now most popular video. It's a little bit of fun. I am not really in the whole wrestling world at all, but I have a lot of people in my life who are.
We'll show you about 30 seconds to a minute of each theme because that's how long it usually plays while they're out there. Actually, one comment that I got a lot of was that, I should show you the entrances. Unfortunately, it's really hard to do that because when you show the entrance, there's all the crowd noise and then there's the commentators, right? So we don't want it interrupted. So where I could find good videos, I will be showing you just Titantron packages so you can see them doing their entrance as the music plays. So this first wrestler is Bret Hart. This wrestler is considered a Canadian hero. He's probably the most, well, not probably, he is the most popular Canadian wrestler. There was a time when the fans turned on him, the American fans, or he turned on them, depending on who you ask. And he was a bad guy in the United States, so a heel, but he was a good guy in every other part of the world. And they sort of had this America versus Canada rivalry going during that time. Sound familiar? So everyone was wondering in the comments about how you were going to react to Bret Hart as a fellow Canadian.
Okay.
So
I'll already give him an extra point just because I'm patriotic. I liked it. Very heavy 80s influence, so I'm assuming this is on the earlier side of the 90s.
Well, here's the thing. He had an initial song when he was in a tag team that was created in the 80s, and this is like an updated version of that initial song, and this is the song more people know him for.
I kind of want to listen to the rest of the song. It sounds like a good intro to a song that I might want to hear. I don't know if he plays more of that during his intro.
It basically repeats.
Okay.
Like a lot of these aren't that long, right? They're just meant for a quick, in and out. Yeah.
So musically, that makes me a little bit sad because I feel like could have been a good song after that. But as an intro, I'm okay with it. I want to leave some room for things to be above that, so I'm going to give it a B.
Okay, fair enough. Next, we have Owen Hart, R.I.P. Owen Hart actually died in the ring. It was during a live broadcast. It was supposed to be lowered from the top of the rafters. It was sort of a stunt gone wrong where the bungee cable broke or came unfastened, and he actually fell from the top of the arena all the way to the ring. The lights were off when it happened. There is no footage of it, but he died that night. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy around that because they continued with the show even though he died right there in the ring. This is Bret Hart's brother, also Canadian.
Well, RIP to him. That's such a sad story, and I'll take a moment to recognize that safety regulations are important, and sometimes they can be annoying, but they're there for a reason, and often regulations are written in blood. I hope that the industry learns something really, really useful from that, and that doesn't happen again. That's just fun. For somebody who hates synth as much as I do, I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
That was fun, and I do see that it's called High Energy. That's a great title for it. Yeah, that was fun. That pepped me up a lot. I think that it's a good intro song. Despite how much I normally hate synth and how much I'm not like a massive fan of the 80s, especially because of the synth, that was fun enough that I'm gonna give it a good rating.
I feel it would be a really good Sonic the Hedgehog level theme.
I'm gonna give that an A.
Oh, Owen over Bret. That will surprise some people for sure. Next, we have Psycho Sid. I guess alliteration was really popular in the 90s because they spell psycho with an S.
Alliteration has always been awesome.
All right.
Like that as an intro song.
Really?
No. I mean, like, as an intro to a Marilyn Manson song, I'd be okay with. For, like, wrestling, that just seemed very low energy. I feel like it sapped the energy out of me. It feels, like, creepy.
That's what this character is, though, right? This is a creepy character. This is like a psycho type killer character. It's not supposed to be high energy.
It goes against what I was expecting for a wrestling intro song.
But you said it would sound like a good Marilyn Manson intro, and you like Marilyn Manson, don't you?
Yeah, but he would escalate before going into something, right? I'm not getting like punching or kicking energy. I'm not getting flipping energy.
He does exactly 0 flips, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so maybe it's fine for the character, but I stand by my rating. C.
I'm surprised. I actually thought that was going to be like one of your top ones, but I guess you're shocking me today.
It's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
I like that.
I thought you would like this one.
Yeah, I've mentioned on this channel several times that one of my favorite sounds is like the Godzilla walking nearby sound. That song had that, and the guy has that look.
One of his nicknames is the Mastodon.
Okay, yeah, right. That was the first of these that I really like. There was a little synthy part. I'm not a huge fan of synth. Except for that, like, I would really like to listen to the rest of this song. I love just the heaviness. And it was very energizing. So I'm going to give this guy a very good rating. All the way up in the S's. Okay, the imagery was a bit overwhelming. I think that's the point. I am feeling very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Again, probably the point. I'm gonna give a good rating for this being an intro to this character, but if I were into wrestling, I think that I might not like this character. There was way too much tongue going on for me to feel comfortable with this. That being said, I thought the song was okay. It was very glittery, kind of epic. It kind of started out as a little bit like 2001: A Space Odyssey type feel. Very grand. And I do like the creepiness. What I was saying about the Psycho guy, his song could have been more like this, and I would have liked it. Because this, I feel like it's creepy, but it has energy.
Very different type of creepy, though. This is not serial killer creepy. This is weird creepy.
I don't know. Agree to disagree on that. I'm assuming it's this very flamboyant person here. Yeah.
You better not ask me which one it is for this one.
Right. I'm gonna give him an A.
All right. Okay, a little bit of background info. When this character was presented to him, he was told to be androgynous, and it started as just that, but as he developed the character, it became increasingly a character that was inappropriately hitting on and touching his male opponents, which instigated a whole bunch of like homophobia towards the character from the crowd. It was a very homophobic time period. Luckily, the character eventually did move away from that, but
good.
The early parts of this character, some of the parts that you saw there, probably wouldn't be okay today.
Okay, let's move past that. That straight up sounded like the beginning to Billy Idol's Flesh for Fantasy, which is a song that I like. Felt very, very 80s, but, you know, it looks like he's supposed to be sort of gross, suave party type guy.
Okay, because he stole this character from a movie. Would you be able to guess which character this is?
No.
He stole it from Scarface.
Okay. I mean, doesn't look anything like that actor that everybody should know. It's a little understated. I do like things with a little more energy, but I didn't dislike it, so I'm going to put him right in the middle. That was very clearly a ripoff of George Thorogood's Bad to the Bone.
Okay, I can hear it.
Which is a song that I like. I love that, honestly, because I like the original song that it's clearly stealing from. I'm just going to say it. I think he has the most attractive face of any of the people that we've looked at so far.
Okay, do you know that they call him Big Sexy Kevin Nash?
I can see why. So I'm going to put him way up here.
Oh, you are surprising me today, you know. I thought you were going to put him lower.
Nope. I mean, yes, it is clearly a ripoff, but of a song that I like. And it's got that energy, but also that heaviness. So I think it's a good intro song. I think it fits with his personality or what I'm seeing of his face. I'm into it.
Who is next? I think it's the Mankind entrance, right? Okay, so they played a different theme for his entrance and his exit. I'm not going to say anything because they're quite wildly different themes. I'm just curious how you respond to them. All right.
His mask would make a good Slipknot mask. It's just missing some foot-long spikes.
What's interesting about him is he actually had his ear ripped off in one of his matches. I don't think it was supposed to happen that way, but it did happen.
I'm going to assume probably not. I think most people would not be willing to have an ear ripped off during a show.
So the mask actually like hides the ear a bit.
Wow, that's rough, man. I don't know. There was an epicness to it, but again, it just like it was like that other one. It just kind of dragged me down a little bit. Like it's fine, especially if he's kind of dressed medieval-y. I would have liked some kind of escalation in there. I think I'm gonna give it a C.
Okay. This guy is like a tortured soul, and he like pulls out his hair. So his piano teacher actually broke 2 of his fingers, and now he has like a mandible claw, which is like a leather thing that goes across his fingers. And he like sticks it down through people's throat and like makes them yeah, it's really gross. But anyways, think of like breaking his fingers when you listen to his exit theme. This is after he has done his match. So you're thinking of somebody who has had a traumatic past, but you almost like feel sorry for them in a weird way.
that seemed like the song that plays the credits for a like family movie after a touching heart to heart or something like that.
Keep in mind, this is playing after he has just like brutalized his opponent.
The whole Freud thing makes me wonder about sticking fingers in people's mouths, but anyway. No, I didn't like that. That seemed totally wrong for what I would expect or want from a wrestling person.
You know how they always play that song, What a Wonderful World, while it's showing horrible things happening? Do you appreciate it on that level where you're looking at the middle of the ring, this guy who's just been brutalized, and it's playing this like lovely music over top of it?
Sure, but this is just me. Clearly there's something I'm not getting because I'm not in this world, but I'm giving it the lowest rating. Sorry, bud.
Okay, this is Jeff Jarrett. He is a country music singer. Or he said he was a country music singer. In reality, there was another guy, his roadie, Road Dogg, who was actually the one singing his song. And then it comes out later and you find out he's a fraud and blah, blah, blah.
The Milli Vanilli of the wrestling world.
Right. So this is his hit song. This isn't always his entrance music. I think he did come out to it a few times, but it is the song I think people most know him by.
I already don't like country, but then he has to go and make it as about one note as Gregorian chant. The backup singers were one note. Even like the guitar, which like I like a a little guitar riff there, but even the guitar was kind of one note. And to know that like he couldn't even perform that. That's just embarrassing, dude. That being said, based on his look, I'm going to give it a C because I think it's an appropriate intro song for his character. And I think that it's a high bar to ask people to perform, like to be a wrestler and to perform their own song. So even though it's weird that he pretended to sing it, many of the other ones didn't even try to do that. So I'm going to give him a C.
I only included this song because I was sure you were going to give it a D. I was kind of punishing you a little bit. So I'm actually kind of surprised you gave it a C. But all right. Okay. This next song is the song everybody is watching this video for.
Shawn Michaels is a name that I've heard enough that is he perhaps still wrestling?
He did retire. However, you saw him in our last video. He was part of the Rockers. He was in a tag team. This is after he goes solo. Now he is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Yes, he does sing his own song.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to let this one go longer because it does have a solo at the end.
He went solo, and he has a solo.
There you go.
A.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the moves that really move 'em. I said chill, up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot. their knees get weak whenever I'm around. They see me walk, they hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Ain't your heart out, girls? Hands off the merchandise.
I like the solo. The solo is fine. I don't find him sexy at all.
He posed for Playgirl.
They must have different tastes than I do. But I will say the khaki pants did nothing for him. The khaki shorts. I'm disturbed. I didn't like any of his clothes. His outfits were all wrong. From the zebra print to the chaps to the khaki shorts. I didn't like any of that. The shirtless part was okay. That I can get behind. I can get on board with it being his intro song if he is supposed to be considered sexy, which I also disagree with. All that being said, this is also going to be a tough one. I don't have strong enough feelings either way, so I'm going to put him right in the middle.
Okay. Even when I was a kid, I used to secretly listen to this because I thought the lyrics were inappropriate, but it was so catchy. Even like now, 30 years later, like I still think it's one of the best intro songs there has ever been.
Have you ever heard that parody of Elmer Fudd singing I'm Too Sexy? That's what I was getting out of it. I think the problem is that maybe my tastes in men are not him, and I didn't find him sexy, so the song to me just did not fit with the personality that I was supposed to be looking at. The only part that I could find sexy was like the shirtless part.
You didn't like his style.
I didn't like his style. I didn't like his face.
Man, I think his style is like the best. One of the best ever, too. Like, I love his style so much. All right, so it looks like you actually enjoyed the 80s stuff a little bit more than the early 90s stuff. I think the next era you're going to really enjoy, which is the Attitude Era.
Probably, because if we're starting to get into like that 90s sound where like everything had a touch of grunge in it and the synth was mostly gone, that's where I'm going to shine.
Like, the next era is when the average age range of the wrestling audience increases by quite a bit. Like, so far you're looking at a very young audience, even though they have these weird sexual overtones to them. The audience is still like really young at this point. I don't know, I guess they had to get the moms to watch too. All right, so if you want to see us do the Attitude Era, let us know in the comments, and yeah, we'll keep this going because it seems to be a popular video.
And if you feel like donating, we'd be very, very appreciative. Well, that's it for us, Hamstars. Spin your wheels down to that subscribe button.
Give us a dastardly thumbs up.